Hello and welcome to the marvellous show Game of Thrones. If you've never watched before, I'm your host Steve, and it's a react show to the Game of Thrones, because way back last year I'd never watched an episode and it was suggested to me that I should watch the series. Now I'm watching the series and I'm absolutely hooked. I love it so much. And last week we watched The Oathbreaker, which was episode 3, season 6. I'm loving season 6 at the minute. I know everyone's gone on about it, it's their favourite season. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. Obviously John's come back now, so I'm really excited. The last episode was Oathbreaker, and we had Sam, Gilly and Little Sam on a boat. Now I didn't know that Old Town you had to go on a boat. This is what I mean, I got so confused. Like I said before, I need a map. I need a proper map. So yeah, they're on a boat, and then Sam broke the news to Gilly that she couldn't actually go to the Citadel where he's going to learn how to be a maester. He probably should have told her that a little bit sooner, but instead he's going to take her to his family, to his mother, and I think he said his sister, and that she'll be well looked after there, which is good, because Gilly needs to be looked after, and so does Little Sam. So yeah, I don't really know where that's going to go. I guess in the next couple of episodes we'll see him get to his family. I hope, because I don't want anything to happen to them, because they're lovely, those two. And we also had Bran and the Three-Eyed Raven doing one of their little flashbacks again, and we saw Ed Stark a little bit, quite a bit older now. I'd say he was probably in his early 20s. It did confuse me a little bit as to what was going on. Not much clearer on it now, to be honest, but because I record 2 episodes at once, I haven't had a chance to go back and watch it a couple of times yet, so you're just going to have to forgive me on this storyline. But we did leave it with someone screaming from a nearby tower, and Bran wanted to stay there and find out what was going on. Oh, there was a bit where Bran shouted to his father, and Ned actually turned round, and that was fantastic. That sent shivers up my spine, that scene. But anyway, I guess we'll see where that goes, because he got kind of brought back out of his trance again. And he said he wanted to go back, but he wasn't allowed. Then we had a bit of Daenerys. Again, I'm a bit confused with this storyline now, where it's going with Daenerys. She's always had kind of one of the main storylines, the real beefy storylines, but this is getting a little bit weird. She's now at this place where all the widows go, and I don't know. They're basically saying she's got to spend the rest of her days there. But also you've got Daario and Jorah. They didn't turn up in this episode, but they're on their way to try and sort of rescue her, I guess. And I think that will happen. But I was really hoping that the Dothraki, or that she would get the Dothraki on side, so that she could then use them as well to sort of go and get King's Landing. That might still happen. It might still happen, but at the moment I'm not so sure. But I'm hoping in this episode now we get a bit more of Daario and Jorah, hopefully. In Meereen, Varys was sort of interrogating Vala. She was I think if I remember rightly, was she the woman that was luring in the Unsullied and getting them killed? I think that was her. I'm pretty sure it was her. And he basically said, look, you want a new start. You don't want your son to get hurt. So he already was kind of planting seeds that a son might get hurt. And he offered her a big bag of silver and a place on a boat that was leaving that evening. All she had to do was tell him who was funding Sons of the Harpy. Oh my god. And clearly she gave up the information, and he went back to Tyrion and Grey Worm and said that it was the Masters of Yunkai, Astapor and Volantis. I had to write that down. And so they're going to, I think he's going to send his little birds, as he calls them, to find out exactly who it is, and I think they're going to get taken out. Which is cool, because I'm really loving this story, and I love the whole Tyrion and Varys thing. So yeah, I'm actually into that more than I am the Daenerys story at the moment, to be honest. In King's Landing we saw Kevin Lannister and Olenna. Olenna was back. I love Olenna. They're doing like a High Council meeting, and then who walks in but Cersei, Jaime and the Mountain, and basically said, you can't kick us out of this meeting, we're allowed to be here. And they basically said, no, we can't kick you out, but what we can do is all get up and leave, which is what they did. A bit awkward, but yeah, so there seems to be a bit of division there as well. I didn't know that Kevin Lannister was still there. I thought he buggered off back home. So he's still there. So I don't know, because then later on we saw Tommen and the High Sparrow and Tommen had brought his kind of army, but he'd taken a group of his knights with him, and I thought it was all going to kick off. And really, I want High Sparrow to just bugger off. I really do. But High Sparrow sat him down, had a chat with him, and tried to explain to him how the process works with the gods and all that kind of stuff. But at no point did Tommen mention his wife. At least I don't think he did. I don't think he mentioned Marge at any point, which is a bit weird. So again, hopefully they go back to this hit in this next episode, because I'm really getting sick of High Sparrow now and all this sort of stuff. Hopefully it will get dealt with, hopefully. In Braavos, we saw Arya back at the House of the Black and White, and the waif still knocking the crap out of her with a staff. And as it developed, Jagan Hagar kind of said to her that he would give her sight back if she admitted that she wasn't no one, and she still didn't cave. And I think with that, he suddenly gave her eyesight back. I don't know how did he do that? How does he do that? That sort of confused me. I never really thought about it when I watched it. I kind of thought, oh right, her eyes are back, but I don't quite know how he does that. He must have some kind of special powers or magic or something. But also, when she was fighting the waif, she was spot on. She was able to see without her eyes. She was using, her kind of intuition and movement and sound. So yeah, she's going to be a really good fighter, and I still think she's going to leave at some point. I still think she's playing Jagan Hagar. I think she's playing him. I really do. Because she's being taught how to lie, and I think that's what she's doing. I think she's lying to him. All she wants is her revenge, and that's all she wants. So, yeah, we'll see. At Winterfell, Ramsay, who is now the Lord, was presented Osha and Recon, who I'd completely forgotten about them. So cool that they're back. Especially for Osha, because I really liked her. And now they've been presented to him by one of the... I guess he's one of the lords or one of the head of houses. I don't know how it works, but yeah. So he's now got them as hostages, which is oh God. I hope he doesn't hurt them. Oh God, what am I talking about? This is Ramsay. Of course he's going to hurt them. Oh God. I really didn't want him to have hostages because this makes it a little bit awkward. But yeah, I know for a fact, we're almost definitely sure we'll see him in the next episode, because that is kind of one of the real main storylines at the moment. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. And finally at the Wall, Jon Snow. He's proper back now. I mean, last episode we just saw him gasp a bit of air, but now he's proper back. And how messed up must that have been for him to come back? Davos and Melisandre were there, but Davos told Melisandre to kind of leave so he could spend some time with Jon on his own. I love Davos. I absolutely love Davos. I think he's brilliant. And he was trying to talk to Jon, but how messed up must that be to come back from the dead? How do you deal with that? I really don't know. But he did the correct thing. He went out, got the main four people anyway, that had stabbed him, and he hung them. And that was Thorne and Ollie and the other two. And Thorne again was honourable in a way. He was kind of honourable. I still can't stand him. But it was honourable, basically what said I was thinking of the Night Watch. I was thinking of the Night Watch the whole time, and that's all that I cared about, which is fair enough. He's got a real problem with wildlings, let's face it. And Ollie just did that weird face, which really annoys me. So yeah, he hung a lot of them. They're out of it. Thorne's out of it. Ollie's out of it. Thank goodness. But a real twist at the end. Basically, he quit the Night Watch, Jon. He basically said, I don't want to do it anymore, and he just walked. So this is going to be good. I'm excited. If you remember, I always wanted him to leave anyway, and I wanted him to fight with Stannis originally, but now he's kind of just leaving. So, oh God, I'm so excited. I want to get into it. I hope that they do some more Jon in this episode. I really do. So let's just crack on with it. This is the Book of the Stranger. No idea what that means, no idea, but I dare say I will find out. And when I do, I'll give you a little sign. It'll be something like this. Okay, and then I'll know. So yes, let's crack on. Book of the Stranger, episode 4, season 6. See you in a minute. Why didn't Jon take his sword?
Where are you gonna go?
Oh, sorry.
South. What are you gonna do? Get warm?
Ooh, going south?
I was with you at Hardhome. We saw what's out there. We know it's coming here. How can you leave us now?
What? No way! Oh my god! Oh, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, Game of Thrones. Come on, he's right there. Oh, please, please, please meet, please meet, please meet, please meet. Yes! Oh my god, thank god, finally. Oh my god. We'll hug her then. Oh. Yes! Oh my god, thank you. Thank you. At last.
We never should have left Winterfell.
Don't you wish we could go back to the day we left? I want to scream at myself, don't go, you idiot.
How could we know?
Can you forgive me?
There's nothing to forgive.
Forgive me.
All right. All right, I forgive you.
This is so weird.
Where will you go?
Where will we go?
There's only one place we can go. Home.
Or should we tell the Boltons to pack up and leave?
We'll take it back from them.
Yes.
If we don't take back the North, we'll never be safe. I want you to help me. But I'll do it myself if I have to.
I will do as Jon Snow commands.
You serve Jon Snow now.
He's the prince that was promised.
Forgive me, my lady, I'd thought that was Stannis. What happened down there?
There was a battle. Stannis was defeated.
And Shireen, what happened to the princess?
I saw what happened. I saw Stannis' forces defeated in the field.
My lady, I'm Sir Davos Seaworth.
We've met before. I was Kingsguard to Renly Baratheon, before Renly was assassinated with blood magic. He admitted it, you know.
Who did?
Stannis. Just before I executed him.
You don't mess with Brienne, man. Oh my god. Not really? Oh my god.
Uncle Peter!
How many people knew of my travel plans with Sansa Stark? I shared my intentions with you, and no one else.
Should we throw him through the moon door?
What?
You can trust my absolute loyalty, my lord.
Fine.
He's a dick, isn't he? Oh god.
Gather the Knights of the Vale. The time has come to join the fray.
We enter these negotiations with open eyes. Trust me.
I bought this dwarf for a single gold honor. Somehow, you've risen to the top of the Great Pyramid of Meereen.
We want you to leave Slavers Bay. Take your dragons and your mercenaries and go.
You don't need slaves to make money. There haven't been slaves in Westeros for hundreds of years, and I grew up richer than any of you. Here is the Queen's proposal. Slavery will never return to Meereen. But she will give the other cities of Slavers Bay time to adjust to the new order. We will give you 7 years to end the practice. In exchange, you will cut off your support for the Sons of the Harpy.
We do not support the Sons of the Harpy.
Fine, but you will cut it off all the same.
He's got a different way of dealing with things, hasn't he?
Jemorsi Jombagon.
You are a stranger here. So why do you represent Meereen in these talks with our enemies?
Because our queen chose me as her advisor.
You promised the slavers they could keep slavery.
For a short time.
7 years is not a short time for a slave.
They'll underestimate us every time, and we will use that to our advantage.
You will not use them. They will use you. That is what they do.
Ah, here we go.
Must make you angry that our queen chose me.
Makes me sad.
We'll all disappoint her before long.
We need each other right now. After we're done needing each other.
Oh, I don't want to fight you, Jory the Andal.
You didn't get much discipline as a child, did you?
None.
Easter Market, Westmark.
They're gonna get captured.
When Khal Drogo died, she was supposed to come here and join the Dosh Khaleen.
What are you doing?
It's forbidden to carry weapons in the sacred city.
Isn't it forbidden to sneak into their city and steal their Khaleesi?
If they spot us, we're unarmed. Say we're traders heading for the Western Market. There's 100,000 of them down there. We can't fight our way out. We wait till dark.
100,000?
Very attached to this knife.
It didn't touch him. I know what happens.
Giochi Oceani. Kisha nemo solish jira surunji ma majin le sosh.
Halashish Nakish.
Ooh.
Hashkhali vejvena halarun. An hazak memori aji. Yeri kishan makishun.
أنا زكريا شوشة يسسي فجراري موري فجراري
Hashmi jila senjavor siskora.
هشمي يرتيهات شيها شيه No! Don't hurt her!
You give us away. We have to go now.
ما ياسكوي
Oh Marge. Oh God, again. Confess. It's all bollocks, it really is.
I would let you leave right now. Where would you go? What would you seek out?
I'd go to my brother.
The people I was trying to climb away from. The beggars in the street, the poor. They were closer to the truth than I ever was. I walked out the door and never went back. Come, let's go and see him. Your brother.
Ooh. I hope he's alright.